Thank you so much, Representative Crow. Thanks to all of you for joining us here in the House Triangle, or as I call it, the House Rhombus, if you just think about it. Let me start with gas prices. We're representatives. Our first job is to deliver for the folks we represent at home. And right now, what my constituents are talking about is that the price of gas has gone up just in the last few weeks, since particularly Putin's invasion of Ukraine, by almost $1. Some people can afford it, but a lot of people can't. And so our first obligation is to do something about that. And I'm a realist, and I'm not going, as much as I care about clean energy, I'm not telling my constituents that the solution to that problem is that everybody should be driving an electric car tomorrow. Everybody should be heating their homes with renewable energy tomorrow. And my constituents need to drive to work and heat their homes tomorrow. And so as pragmatists, as realists, we all recognize that right now, to deal with that problem, we need supply to match demand. But at the same time, we're hearing a lot of stuff from the energy companies, from the oil companies, taking advantage of this national security crisis that is absolutely not true. For example, they say we need to go back to 2019 levels of production to make up for all that Russian oil that we're not importing, and therefore we somehow need to take the leash off, unleash American energy, that there's something President Biden is doing that is preventing that from happening, and in fact, there's not a square inch of American soil that they were producing oil on in 2019 that they cannot produce oil on today. So yes, we do need them to step up and to stop limiting production artificially, as they have been, to keep the price of gas high. The other thing, and this gets us closer to the subject of our press conference today, that could happen right now that would significantly impact the cost of gas for American consumers, is that the countries with the greatest unused potential, that is Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, could produce more oil. They're not doing it. They're not doing it because they want to use their power as leverage against us. Right now, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is refusing to drill more oil because he's angry at us for blaming him for the murder of a Washington Post journalist. And he wants President Biden, in effect, to absolve him for that crime before he allows American consumers to be able to afford the price of gas again. And that, to me, encapsulates the trap that we are in with this addiction to fossil fuels. Yes, we cannot get out of that addiction tomorrow or the next day. We've got to make sure Americans can drive their cars to work tomorrow and the next day. But so long as we are dependent on oil, so long as we're dependent on fossil fuels, we will be at the mercy of dictators like Putin, like MBS in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Venezuela. No matter how much we may drill in the United States, we will be at the mercy of these oil-rich dictatorships around the world. So I don't even have to talk about climate change. I don't even have to talk about my constituents who had 4 feet of water in their basement with the last big storm that we had because of climate change. It is today clearly a national security imperative that we break free of our dependence on these oil-rich dictatorships and make America the world leader in clean energy. Thank you very much. And now I'm very, very happy to introduce our friend and colleague, Representative Langevin